Shalom, and welcome to All Israel Gems. I'm Oriel, and today I'm standing at one of the most remarkable archaeological sites in Jerusalem, the Jerusalem Archaeological Park, also known as the Davidson Center. Behind me, you can see the magnificent southern steps, which once served as the main entrance to the Temple Mount. This extraordinary site spans over 5,000 years of history, from the Canaanite age through the First and Second Temple periods, all the way to the Byzantine and Muslim eras. What makes this location particularly special is that these stones you see around us have witnessed some of the most pivotal moments in biblical history. The southern steps you see rising before us are the original stairs that pilgrims would ascend to enter the temple during the Second Temple period. Some of these steps are replicas because they were destroyed, but most are the actual steps where countless Jewish worshippers, including Yeshua himself, would have walked. Can you imagine standing where the Messiah once stood? It's a truly profound experience. Notice something unique about these stairs. They're intentionally designed with irregular depths, forcing pilgrims to walk mindfully and deliberately as they approach the presence of God. This wasn't just an architectural feature, it was a spiritual tool, encouraging reflection and preparation before entering the sacred space. At the base of these steps, archaeologists have discovered over 50 ritual baths, or mikvehs. This extraordinary concentration of purification pools tells us something significant about ancient Jewish practice. Before ascending these steps to the temple, pilgrims would immerse themselves in these mikvehs to achieve ritual purity. It was part of a carefully orchestrated journey of spiritual preparation. Just behind me is an ancient Herodian Street, dating back more than 2,000 years. This was Jerusalem's main thoroughfare during the Second Temple period. Picture this street bustling with pilgrims, merchants, and teachers. According to Christian tradition, this very area is where Yeshua would have turned the tables of the money changers and driven out those selling doves, as described in Matthew 21. I want you to imagine yourself at that time, walking up into the temple with your family, knowing that you were going to meet with God. It was the closest place to God's presence on earth. You would come to these very shops, if you will, and you would buy your sacrifice. It's also the very same place where Yeshua reminded us all that it wasn't about the physical sacrifice that you could have given to God, but it was about the purity and the intention of your heart. Now we have the privilege of having Yeshua dwell in us. Back then, this was the closest place that they could get to his presence. And it's a stark reminder to us that Yeshua went to the cross, sacrificed himself, so that we no longer had to sacrifice animals up at the temple, and that he would be the closest to our heart, because he dwells inside of us. One of the most striking features of this archaeological park is the massive stone blocks scattered throughout the site. These enormous stones were once part of the Temple Mount walls, knocked down by Roman forces during the destruction of the temple in 70 AD. They have remained exactly where they fell for nearly 2,000 years, a sobering reminder of the prophecy fulfilled in Luke 21, where Yeshua predicted that not one stone would be left on another. The southeastern corner of the Temple Mount, visible from here, has traditionally been identified as the pinnacle of the temple, the very spot where Satan tempted Yeshua to throw himself down, as recorded in Matthew 4. The first century Jewish historian Josephus described this corner as having such a dizzying height that it would cause vertigo to anyone looking down. I feel slightly dizzy, and now I understand what Yeshua was feeling, or what Josephus was talking about when he said that when you would stand here, you feel a bit dizzy. He showed him everything, and he's like, I will give you all of this. All of this I'll give to you. And yet Yeshua says, it already belongs to me. He stood here And he said no to all of it because he knew that God was already the ruler of this place, and that if he sacrificed himself, he would gain control over it for our sakes again. How amazing. Inside the Davidson Center Museum, modern technology brings ancient Jerusalem to life through virtual reconstructions and interactive exhibits. The center houses numerous artifacts discovered during excavations, including items from daily life during the Second Temple period. These displays help us understand the cultural and religious context of Yeshua's ministry in a tangible way.
Tens of thousands of Jews from different diasporas, dressed in white, carrying in their hands a sacrifice or an offering and a donation to the temple, ascend the staircase above the arch on their way to the temple to sacrifice their offerings on the altar. The experience of visiting the temple left a strong impression on the pilgrims, crystallizing into a national identity and a religious reality in the Second Temple period.
Many believers who visit here are moved to tears as they connect physically with the world of the Bible. In fact, when Neil Armstrong, the first man to walk on the moon, visited these southern steps, he was so overcome with emotion that he declared this experience more meaningful than walking on the lunar surface. After all, while only 12 men have walked on the moon, our Messiah Yeshua certainly walked these very steps. As we stand here today, we're not just observing history, we're connecting with it. These stones tell the story of God's faithfulness to Israel throughout the ages. Despite destruction and exile, the Jewish people have returned to this land, and these ancient steps have been uncovered to testify the truth of biblical accounts. Thank you for joining us at the Jerusalem Archaeological Park and Davidson Center. For more Israel-related content, please subscribe to this channel and follow us on allisrael.com. Until next time, Shalom from Jerusalem.